Good day and welcome to Mission Control Houston, where a team of flight controllers is watching over the systems of the International Space Station. Today on console, Jerry Jason is the flight director leading the team. He has Jay Marshke talking with the crew aboard the International Space Station, members of the Expedition 31 crew, of course, on duty. Don Pettit, one of those crew members, talking with the folks on the ground today about last-minute stowage aboard the Dragon SpaceX vehicle that's getting ready to unberth from the International Space Station later this week on Thursday and begin descent through the Earth's atmosphere to a landing in the Pacific Ocean off the western coast of California. The crew opened the hatches to the Dragon spacecraft about 4:53 a.m. Saturday. We have some video of the hatch opening activities that we can show you. So far, all of the transfer of the cargo from inside the Dragon spacecraft, the first commercial spacecraft to dock with the International Space Station, has been transferred over. It took about 18 hours to transfer all the different items of clothing, experiment hardware, and other consumables for use aboard the International Space Station. Again, this is video that was recorded on Saturday as the crew opened the hatch into the Dragon vehicle. Over the weekend, all systems aboard the space station continued to function well. There were a couple of minor software issues seen in the robotic arm software during the rendezvous and grapple and subsequent ungrapple and regrapple efforts as the crew did a survey of the trunk of the SpaceX, which is the external cargo compartment. Those have been tracked down to a small update in some software that was released earlier this year, and it's been the first time that the team has used that particular parameter in the software. And they have a good workaround where they just make sure they upload a new file for this backup file that comes into play before they go off to do another activity, and it's not going to be a problem from then on out. So they're expecting a very smooth activity associated with the preparations for the grapple and unberthing. The Dragon is scheduled to be unberthed from the space station's Harmony node module, which is it's on the Earth-facing port at 3:15 a.m. Central Time on Thursday, and then a release is scheduled for 5:12 a.m. Central Time on Thursday. And the SpaceX team reported today in the International Management Team meeting that they expect about 5 hours of orbital operations as it departs the International Space Station and prepares to make its splashdown. The International Mission Station management team today did a full review and poll of the activities leading up to the closing of the hatches and the unberthing of the spacecraft, and determined that they were go for that unberthing. And so we're looking forward to the final stages of the Dragon SpaceX first commercial mission to the International Space Station later this week. On board the space station today, the crew has been focusing on primarily unstowage and restowage issues as they complete the cargo transfer activities. They've been working on a few other different experiments on board as time allowed, and we're getting ready for an event on NASA television, European Space Agency event coming up at 10:55 a.m. Central Time as Expedition 31 flight engineer Andrei Kuipers talks with European Space Agency's Christopher Fugelsang and some Twitter participants in that event coming up a little bit later today. And so with that, Oleg Kononenko, Andrei Kuipers, Don Pettit, Gennady Padalka, Sergei Revin, and Joe Acaba are continuing their activities aboard the space station as it orbits right now about 250 statute miles over the southern Indian Ocean on the northeasterly coast.